attending the marriage course. We did this course 5 years ago, but after doing it again now, we realized that there's so many things that have changed since we first got married, and we're finding some very invaluable lessons in that. We've got 2 kids now, and we're spending less and less time with each other and more time with our kids. But this course has really helped us refocus our marriage. And even now, date night is now back in the picture, and we're finding more and more time for ourselves. And that is really, really enhancing our marriage.
I would encourage other couples to do this course because I think, sometimes we get caught up in the day-to-day of our lives, be it work, kids, but I think just going back to the principles of the Bible concerning marriage, the roles of the husband and the wife, this has just reminded us on how we can make our marriage stronger. And I think other couples would definitely benefit from this.
And trust me, there are things that you haven't heard about marriage that you're going to hear in this course. So we recommend it any day, anytime to anybody who's married.
Okay, one of the essential things that we basically learned during the course is that us becoming one body, because that tends to be a process. Especially with some of our friends and ourselves, we've witnessed where a lot of problems tend to come in marriage, a lot of challenges tend to come because the couples are not cleaving into one another. So for us, the biggest revelation has been about leaving our parents' house and cleaving to one another and becoming one body.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think for me the key learning was realizing that love is not just a feeling. The feeling is fleeting. But we need to get to a point where we need to recognize that love is actually doing. And you need to do the things that show the other person that you love them, even in moments where you don't really love them that much. So when they're being unlovable, you still need to lean in and fully love them. And so we truly recommend the course because for us as a couple, it's been tremendous. Had it not been going through this process, I think we would have been in a completely different space. So we are truly grateful that this program was brought to our lives at this point. We're truly grateful that the Lord orchestrated that we are here as a couple to be able to strengthen each other, to be able to grow, to be able to become one and be fortified.
This marriage course was really fantastic. A lot of the times we do weddings and going to marriage, but we don't really understand. But having a perspective from the one who actually created this covenant was insane. For me, from day one, I felt a complete shift. Issues that say we've been struggling with from inception were transformed. Our marriage has really transformed from the very first day we did the course, which was fantastic. And I would recommend it to everyone.
I love the fact that it has that practicality about it, where it's easy to think that marriage is something that can be, luck, maybe. This is the one and everything's going to go perfect, but not really. There's steps and structures that you can follow that will help you have a good marriage.
No, I think every topic was a learning area for us. We've been married for 23 years, and that was the first time we attended a course like this, and I'll recommend it for everybody.
Yeah, I think for me there were certain topics that stood out, in particular where the wife was the topic with regards to the wife being your helper. Being married for such a long time, you think you actually know it all about marriage, but when you attend this marriage course, you get to realize, but you know what, there's still a lot to learn with regards to your spouse and what marriage, godly marriage should be.
There are a lot of things that we never knew in 9 years of marriage, but that we unveiled in the course. Some other things that we've misinterpreted in the Word of God, but that have been made clearer, especially for myself, how do I submit to my husband. It's something that I've really learned in 9 years, that I only learned now, because I never really understood, but it became clearer now. And I also learned about his leadership role in the marriage. What I thought was the head and what we heard from the Word of God has really enlightened us and has really made our marriage easier, because now we understand our roles as husband and wife.
Just to add a few learnings as well from my side. There are some few new terms that we learned through this course. One of them is despot of the oikos. We have never heard of that term until now. But what it does is something that stays in your mind. Hopefully it's going to stay in our minds forever.
Yes, and reminds you.
It reminds us in terms of whose role is it to look after the household. In as much as there's a head, there is the despot who is responsible for the running, or I would say day-to-day running of
and we'll definitely recommend the marriage course for anyone wishing to get into marriage.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
And people who've been married before.
Great.